Okay guys, so this is how it comes. This is the mini one button. It's the 14 French 1.2 centimeters. This is very similar to a Mickey button. So you're either gonna have a mini one button or a Mickey button. Both of them are virtually pretty much exactly the same thing. You're just talking about a different brand. The sizing is what's important here. You always want to verify when they're sending you a new button, a replacement button, which should be every other month if you're here in California. I know in other countries and other states it's a little bit different, but here we get one every other month. When you get it, you want to make sure that it's the right sizing because each child is different, each patient is different. So this is what my son has, is a 14 French 1.2, and it should come sealed like this. This is from 2 months ago, so I just kind of save it and hold on to it. It has this syringe. Most of our syringes are now infant, so they see right here how they have almost like a screw, because you screw it onto the extension. Actually really, really great. But what I'm going to go through, this is going to be kind of something that you want to hold on to even after you're done putting in a new Gtube, and I'll tell you why a little bit later. And I also hold on to the peg, which is this little guy. Kind of looks like a golfing peg. It's not. It's like flimsy, so not completely flimsy, but it is a little bit more pliable than a golf peg. So this is this month's. I've already unsealed it, so that way it'll be really quick to administer the new Gtube. As you can see, the peg is already in the button. That is exactly what the peg is meant for. It's to stabilize the button, because without the peg, it's so pliable. See? And while you're trying to put this back into your child or yourself, it just makes it that much more difficult. So they give you this peg. Sorry, my son's walking around. So they give you this peg to go ahead and stabilize it. And see, it's a little bit harder to move around, and it gives you a nice firm grip to go ahead and put in the button. And once again, you're going to get the same exact syringe, and I'll tell you in a minute what this is used for. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring my son back in. Oh, one more thing that you're going to need. So you are going to need one little kind of cup for the water that you're dispensing out of the button. And then you're going to need nice fresh water. Some people really like distilled water. Some people like sterile water. Sterile water is really hard to find. I have found it on Amazon before. But I use filtered water, and that works fine. So, like I said, I'm gonna set this up accordingly, and then I'll shoot one more shot of what it looks like outside of the packaging and what my setup looks like. Okay, so this is kind of what I do right before I'm about to change my son's Gtube. We're here at his changing table. So right here you have basically a lubrication. You put your button inside, or you rub it all around. You want to be very generous. Basically you're lubing up the Gtube so that way it's easier to slide into the stem. I have the smaller syringe so I can remove the water out of the balloon. I have a 35 cc syringe, so that way at the end we can go ahead and take some of the stomach contents out just to make sure that the Gtube is placed correctly. We also have this extension set so we can easily check it really quickly. That comes in the kit as well. And then right here in my other syringe, you only usually get one in each kit. So like I said, I save these. These are like gold to me. I have one already preloaded with 4 cc's because that's what the balloon calls for. If you notice right, hold on, let me see if I can get it to focus. Right there, it says Form L. It says ball, which is like the actual balloon requires 4 cc's of water. So that is what those little tiny syringes are for. Okay, we'll be right back with my son on his changing pad, and we will go ahead and change it. Okay, so this is my son, Johnny, and he has had a Gtube, like I said, for about, he's what, 25 months. He got it when he was 3 months, so he's had it for 21 months, almost 2 years. So we're going to go ahead and remove the water from the balloon. So you want to go ahead and put your syringe that doesn't have anything in it. I know, Johnny, you want that.
Help me.
So we just go ahead and put it in this little hole. It's blue. And do you kind of see it's already kind of doing it on its own? Like, it's filling up on its own. I'm going to go ahead and help it. And it's actually at 4, which is what the balloon should be at. We're going to go ahead and pull it out at this time. And that's kind of what the hole looks like. Like I said, really quickly, we're going to go ahead and put a whole bunch of lube on the Gtube for easier placement. And yes, there will be a little bit of discharge that comes out of his stomach. And like I said, you want to make sure that peg is in there. And it doesn't hurt. Right now, John is just kind of whining. You're going to want to put a little bit of pressure when you're putting this through. And you're going to want to hold it in. You're going to want to hold it in and remove it at the same time. And just like that, it's in. You want to remove the blue peg. Like I said, you're going to want to save that. We're going to go ahead and put on the extension set. I got it.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, John. So see? And then you just want to go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Okay.
So as you can see, some of the stomach contacts has come out. And we're just going to go ahead and push that back into his tummy. We know that it's placed well. And that's basically it. You're going to want to, of course, take the extension set back off. And go ahead and close your button until you need it. And we're all set.